Now, you may be wondering, what is she doing with that tiny guitar? But this, in fact, is a ukulele, not a guitar. Besides, the guitar was never my strong suit. Now, not many people are very familiar with this awesome instrument, but I think that everyone should know more about ukuleles and the beautiful music they produce. I received my first ukulele 5 years ago when my family and I were in Hawaii. I immediately began to teach myself how to play it, and I've been in love with this instrument ever since. So today, with the help of my trusty ukulele, I'll enlighten you about the beauty of this 4-stringed music-making machine. I'll begin with a brief history of ukuleles and then move on to talk about the individual strings, the basic and common chords used in the many popular tunes, and finally how to play a simple song. Now, you'll first need a ukulele. My ukulele is a Luna, but yours doesn't need to be nearly as fancy or expensive when you're just starting out. You'll also need to make sure that it is tuned properly. I like to use an app called Ukulele Tuner that helps me perfectly tune my instrument every time. So, what is there to know about this instrument? For starters, the ukulele was first invented in Hawaii in the late 1800s as a smaller variation of a Portuguese guitar. It mainly only has 4 strings, but some ukuleles can have 6 to 8 paired strings. There are also 4 different sizes of ukuleles, and each one helps to create a unique sound. These 4 sizes are categorized as soprano, concert, tenor, and baritone. Mine is a concert ukulele. So, along with different sounding ukuleles depending on their size, each string on the ukulele has a different sound to it as well. All 4 strings have their own corresponding note and should be tuned accordingly. The top string plays the note G, the second string will be C, the third is E, and then finally the bottom string plays A, the highest note of the 4. A strumming pattern can bring all of the notes together when particular chords are played. Or finger-picking techniques can be used in order to bring out individual notes. So, now that you know the notes, we can start learning about the different chords. I'll be explaining in terms of where each finger is placed in regards to individual strings and frets. Every space between these metal bars is going to be a fret. This is the first fret, second, third, and so on. Every song is different, and you can play anything your heart desires on the ukulele. If you don't already know this, there are a ridiculous amount of chord combinations out there. But for today's video, I'll just start with 4 basic common chords used in many popular songs. These are C major, A minor, F major, and G major. The first and easiest chord that I will show you how to play is C major. For this, you'll only need 1 finger. To play this chord, you press down on the bottom string on the 3rd fret. The next chord also only requires 1 finger. It will be A minor. It involves pressing the middle finger down on the top string at the 2nd fret. For the 3rd chord, you'll need 2 fingers, but don't worry, you can use what you've learned from A minor to help you with the F major chord. You can start by forming the A minor chord, and then all you have to do next is place your index finger on the 3rd string on the 1st fret. And voila, you have F major. Next, we'll move to G major. This one requires a little more effort than the previous chords, and you'll use 3 fingers. It is a little trickier, but with practice you'll be able to figure out. We'll start from the bottom up. Begin by placing your index finger on the bottom string on the 2nd fret. Next, take your ring finger and place it on the 3rd string on the 3rd fret. And finally, you'll take your middle finger and place it on the 2nd string on the 2nd fret. And there you have it, G major. Now, once you've mastered your chords, we can move on to playing. For today, I'll teach you the basic and most used strumming pattern on the ukulele. The widely used strumming pattern used by many goes like this. Now don't fret, I'll slow it down for you. The pattern goes down, down, up, up, down, up. When you're first starting out and learning how to play this pattern, you may want to write it out in shorthand. D for down and U for up. This will help you visualize and keep track of which strum movement comes next. Now, it will take time to put this all together, so don't get frustrated if you can't get the strumming or the chords down right away. But once you've put in a lot of practice, you'll eventually be able to play your chords and strum and maybe even sing all at once like this. Well, you dum-dum me and you better felt it. together, I hope you will be inspired from what you learned from my video today. Hopefully you've come to understand a little more about the history of the ukulele, the difference between each string, and how to play a few simple chords while strumming them in the basic pattern. Now, go on, get practicing. You won't know if you like it until you try it. Happy playing!